Thank you to Card Titan for hosting two premier events for Value Vintage this year at Eternal Weekend. I'd also like to thank them for allowing me to record the top table to bring to you all. We appreciate the support. And welcome to the last round of Saturday's coverage of the Value Vintage at Eternal Weekend for a Mox Diamond event. We have our finals here with Mitch on Blue Red Mako Izzet Sharks versus Alexi on Black White Scam. Black White Initiative, really. Both these players had a pretty good day, pretty successful day so far. Now playing for the Mox Diamond. So, looking at the decks, we've talked about Mitch's deck a few times now on the coverage, but really want to get into Alexi's deck. So, a little bit of a mid-range deck, but able to have the capability to put a lot of pressure on in the early game. So your normal package of Inquisition and Hymn the Torok that you see out of the black mid-range decks. But something that is really strong about this style of deck is access to the initiative creatures. So we're going to see White Plume Adventurers, Passageway Seers, and we're also going to see Grief. So have the ability to go turn one Grief into Cloud Shift, which is exile target creature you control, then return that card to the battlefield under your control, taking two cards out of your opponent's hand. Also the ability to just go turn one land Soul Ring and then play a 4-drop on turn 2. So, going to be an interesting game. I think overall it's really tough. So I think all of this still stems on the fact on, can Mitch play a threat turn 1, have it resolve, and then grow it to the point that it's tough to answer. Alexi does have 4 Swords to Plowshares, but outside of that, not really. Oh, there is 3 All Fate Stalker, which is a Banisher Priest effect that you can warp for 2, so you can kind of flicker something in and out of play. But we're gonna see what happens here. I don't have play draw up right now, but unfortunately we're not able to see the Scissors Lobster, Paper Tiger, or no, it's Rock Lobster, Scissors Lizard, and Paper Tiger that's off to the side there.
I bet average buy list easily
Something that I would maybe like out of Alexi's list that he doesn't have is no man lands. Could probably put 1 or 2 Shambling Vents just in this mana base just for the additional pressure. Big man land fan.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, it's like those are probably on hot lists.
Mitchell making sure that every single card in his deck cannot have any type of odd variance by shuffling for 6 minutes.
That's why, like, if you go to like a modern event or like a modern weekend, a lot of times those cards are live. I'm down for it. Yeah, yeah.
We'll play to see who gets first.
Yeah, so like playing to see who gets first. Whatever.
Sounds good.
Players are actually talking about a prize split right now, playing for final placement.
So we play in the play.
We're playing the play.
Okay.
Let's see what we got. Starting 7s. I don't see a lot of lands in Alexi's. Yeah, it looks like he's going to ship that back.
Huh?
Are we gonna go to the Eagle after this?
Yeah, I'm down. I'm done to just like drink them out like super hungry.
Well,
After
we
my,
could go
my
eat
Jimmy
at the
John
Eagle.
sandwich with vegetables.
Go eat at the Eagle. Drive home. Pregame a little bit. Go to Steel Valley, and you can buy me an old fashioned because I told you to play this today.
No, I bought you a sub.
I don't think that equates.
Mulliganing to 6. Let's determine the next 6. So
Bro really does not.
Alexi keeping it
Really does not.
keeping it a surprise for everybody.
Dude,
Only letting himself see the cards in his hand.
Well, he did ask you what you wanted, and then you dodged the question 3 times, and
Because you were mulliganing.
I see an Inquisition. I think I see a Bronco. That looks like a basic. A Cloud Shift. A couple of lands. Probably keepable, but probably not exciting. It looks like Alexi's on the play, so 19, Inquisition. Mitch fortunate he has 2 1-drops in hand, so whatever he's taking, still gonna have another one. So see this Flame Blade adept on turn 1, and it's gonna be able to smack pretty hard turn 2. Shine Shadow Reveal Plains. Another Inquisition. Probably taking the Breakthrough. Ooh, he does have a Skyray, though. It's probably taking the Breakthrough.
They're like 6 green cards.
Ends up taking the Stingray just to minimize that threat density. So depending on the amount of cards in hand, or specifically the mana cost, we might be able to see Faithless... Oh, he drew a hollow one, though. My line was going to be a Detective's Phoenix play, but let's see if we can find a Street Wraith to cycle itself, where you can go hollow one into Detective's Phoenix. So discards 2. Hit him for 3, takes Alexi to 16. Plays a hollow one and passes. Tainted Field. Not looking good for Alexi here. Hasn't been able to deploy a threat. Hasn't had, like, removal in the Swords to Plowshares. Not sure what's in hand.
Please come to the side of the stage if your event is ready for you. That's Mystery Booster Pod number 12.
Lose a life, down to 18. Breakthrough for 1.
So we're going for a breakthrough for 1. Gonna discard 5. There's 3 breakthroughs in that pile.
Yeah, but that's all. That's awesome. Going to combat. Attempting to shoot for a 10.
Gonna go to hit him for 10, picking him down to 6. And another hollow one, so I think in a pretty good spot here.
Dude, what? I've hit them.
You guys did double break them. This is 4 of them.
I had a lot of breaks. I actually actively bad. Draw card.
Drawing a card from the Fiery Islet.
Combat.
And this should just be lethal if he swings in. Alright, Zan. Lexi is going to take lethal damage there, and we're going to move to a game 2. So Lexi will also just be on the play for this one. When we look at sideboard, so Mitch's sideboard for Sharks: 2 Angie's Ravager, 1 Bone Crusher Giant, 2 Echoing Truth, 2 Lightning Axe, 4 Soul Guide Lantern, and 4 Spell Pierce. Look at Alexi's sideboard. We have 3 Disenchants, 3 Duress, 4 Leyline of the Void, 2 Shriekmaw, 2 Vanishing Verse, and 1 Witch's Vengeance. So, what I like immediately, all the removals. So, I like the Shriekmaws, I like the Vanishing Verses. I don't like the Witch's Vengeance just because the creature type is a little bit varied. Ley lines are pretty solid here too. Additional ones you can pitch to Grief, but I think it's pretty good for keeping Phoenixes out of the yard, Ox and Faithless Looting offline. The rest in Disenchant I'm not super interested in. I don't think you need all that. I think the 8 cards for the Ley lines, 2 Shriekmon, 2 Vanishing First are good. And for Mitch, this one's actually a little tough for me. So I like the Angie's Ravagers just as a mid-range threat. It's a little questionable, though, just because it is only a 3/3, so it does get eaten up in combat. The Bone Crusher Giant I do like mid-range threat, removal, and a body. Maybe the Lightning Axes. Echoing Truth and Lightning Axe, I think, are both okay. Just being able to pick off one of the initiative creatures pretty easily, even if they're grown by the Forge, should be able to clean it up. So I do like those options. Maybe not Ravager then. Like I said, it's a little tough because it's either about the size or equal size as the threats in Alexi's deck, but at the same point, it's something you want to try to keep alive as best as you can. I think Alexi's a little too creature dense for wanting to play that card, so.
I'm good. I mean, I extend the offer. To me? Yeah.
Players talking about how they're determining the winner, that they're determining it through Magic.
I've done that before.
I think they should determine it through Paper Tiger, Scissors Lizards, Rock Lobster.
I start speaking Czech, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm not talking to this guy. This guy's about to cast a curse on me." That guy? Nah, he's too-
Looks like we took out the Hymnator Rocks.
Yes, we got it correctly. Hey man, you looking good. You lose a couple pounds, dude. You looking good in the gym. Yeah. I walked out there to try to like leave, and then the guy was like, "So you gotta go around." I was like, "If I just keep walking, what are you gonna do? Like shoot me?"
Do you think that Alexi set up the die and the life counter on the woman from Gamble's head in a way that it looks like a nose on a special hat? Or do you think that this is just a coincidence? Because to me, it kind of looks like he has set up some sort of costume on her, which I think is interesting. All right, Mitch, ready, has declared his deck presentable. Lexi, same deal. Let's see what we have happen here. I see a couple lands, a breakthrough. I see a lot of lands, actually. A lot of lands and a hollow one. I see a pretty solid hand from Alexi. I see a Swords, a Bronco, 2 lands, maybe 2 Broncos. And Mitch's hand pretty soft to Grief, especially Double Grief. Even an Inquisition takes that breakthrough, just left with a hollow one and a bunch of lands. Mitch is going to be looking for something similar to what we've talked about every round. 1 drop into discard to grow. Now, we know that Alexi has the Swords to Plowshares, but it shouldn't change too much of what Mitch has. Just needs to make sure that he at least has a secondary play. So something like a Faithless Looting to supplement that discard, so that way he can find his next threat, is important. So I see Avora, Skyray, hollow one, looks like maybe 3 lands. Gonna start with Cave of Korlos. Inquisition, the nose has been removed off of the playmat. It was a breakthrough, it was not a 3rd land. I kind of like taking the breakthrough here just because you do have 2 2-drop threats, so a little slow to develop those. But there's also no real enablers for them. Okay, so he takes the breakthrough. Only thing that really opens this up is Faithless Looting, maybe? And found the Flameblade Adept. So not able to really... Flameblade Adept should not be tapped. Not Not really able to grow anything extensively here, but able to present multiple threats. Kind of swords to plowshare resilient at this point. And then a single breakthrough or faithless looting really impacts the board. So you can see a Grief exiling a Bronco. Probably taking the 2-drops if I'd imagine here, especially if we see a Cloud Shift or a Life Death. He's going to take the hollow one instead. I don't think I see a Life Death actually. I think it's 2 swords and a Bronco. Yep, 2 swords and a Bronco. Walk into a bar. Lexi's going to take 1, go to 18. Mitch is going to get a 19 and cast an Evora. Make an ultimate guard blood token. And we're going to swords the Evora. So 20 to 17, Mitch being at 20. Cast a Caustic Bronco. Excuse me. So one last card in hand for Alexi. It's just a Swords to Plowshares. Mitch still has the Sky Ray and an Unknown.
I'm about to be zooted out of my mind.
Two mana. Gonna lose a life playing Evora. So Mitch could have attacked with the Flame Blade out up there because it has Menace. Maybe he wants to trade. Gonna reveal a Grief. So takes 4, goes to 13 from his own Bronco. I'm not sure that you want to block here, just out of the threats of swords. If you double block here and he does have the swords, you don't have an instant speed way unless you have a Street Wraith to ensure that you at least trade. You can swords one of the guys and eat both of them. Mitch plays a land. Which goes to 18 from the Fiery Islet. Breakthrough for 1. So Lexi goes to 12. We're going to swords the Evora. Goes to 19. Draws 4. Discards 2 Faithless Lootings, a Sky Ray, and an Island. So smacking for 5, going to take Alexi down to 7. Something that's been benefiting Mitch here is that he hasn't been able to find a white source. So that Cave of Coilers has been pinging him down. I think he did draw planes now, though, so he won't be exactly color locked here in a little bit.
Trying to ruin this film.
I'm gonna definitely so bad.
West Side.
All Fate's Stalker. Going to be able to pick up one of the Flame Blade Adepts. So exiled until All Fates leaves play. We talked about that in between games 1 and 2.
Vintage double up player David.
So we're going to start by cracking a blood token. Oh, there's a Detective's Phoenix. We find a land or a faith. No, we can't do land and Faithless Looting because we won't have the mana for Phoenix. So it has to just be Faithless Looting or a breakthrough off the top. Do we have it?
Go to combat.
This is interesting because he needs to have something else. Like he's going to take it and go to 5. Passes the turn. The tough part there, and I'm curious on the last card in hand, I almost want to block there. Just because he only has 1 card in hand. This Bronco's not doing a whole lot for you at this point. You could saddle it this turn with a Grief, but now you don't have a way to block the Flameblade Adept. A Grief. It was a Lightning Axe, okay. Untap, upkeep, draw. Multitude of blockers at this point. There is a Detective's Phoenix in the yard. If we can go Faithless Looting, hit the land, and put the Detective's Phoenix on the Flameblade Adept, it is enough damage. Okay, so yeah, he has the land, so he can go Phoenix on the Flameblade Adept, and that if he goes Faithless Looting, it should be 5 damage. That's lethal. We'll go to 18 in the process. Yep, there it is. Mitch is going to attack, and he's going to get the match. Mitch is going to win the Mox Diamond at Eternal Weekend. Congratulations to him.